Hey guys, Damon with Guards Lawn Maintenance here. Hey, just wanted to take a few minutes, do a video. I haven't done one for a while, so wanted to talk about a metric that I kept hearing at a conference, and I've always kind of had this principle, but I never really knew what to call it, I guess you could say. So basically, if this is your first time here, first of all, thanks for clicking on the video. But second of all, my name's Damon. Run Guards Lawn Maintenance. We're based out of Liberty, Missouri, suburb of Kansas City. And so we've been in business for 2 full years. We're heading into year number 3. Business is great. I'm very thankful for it. But so what the metric is actually called revenue per hour. Okay, and so if you guys haven't ever heard of Mark Bradley ran a landscaping design build business up in Canada. Says funny things like process, and they have igloos up there. Yeah, but I'm just being goofy there. But Mark Bradley coined the term revenue per hour, and it's something that like I said, I've always kind of held near and dear to my heart, because you have to look at your lawn care business. You only have so many hours in a day. You only have so many hours in a week, and you only have so many hours in a season to make your money, and that's it. Once those hours are up, you're done. And guys, this doesn't matter if you're a part-time guy, if you're a weekend warrior, or if you're one of those guys who wear workaholic like a badge of honor. Revenue per hour is the most important metric for any business. So what I want you guys to start doing whenever you're pricing out a project, I want you to look at how many hours you think it's going to take. And you can do this with mowing, you can do this with fertilizer and weed control, you can do this with any of the services that we do, because ultimately what we're selling is time. So whenever you guys are looking at let's say a 4-hour mulch install, I want you guys to look at your revenue per hour. Okay, so we're budgeting 4 hours to do this work, and I want you to divide that total price that you're selling it to the customer at, divide that by 4. So let's say it's an $800 job. You're going to get it done in 4 hours. And even if you're solo, I want you to still use this because it's so important. So $800 divided by 4, you're at $200 per man hour. Okay, so that's your materials and your labor is what you're getting. And then I want you to start looking at what kind of revenue are you getting per hour whenever you're out mowing, whenever you're out doing this and that. And I want you guys to start averaging that out, because it's going to bring a lot of clarity to how you price out your work, what kind of work you're going to take on. During the springtime, it's March right now, and I see a ton of guys out there like, oh, we'll come out 20% off your first landscaping job or whatever. Guys, that's silly. You guys are just doing busy work at that point. You're not making any money. You're not making any net profit. All you're doing is you're just growing. You're growing your top line. You're not making any money, and it's silly to do. And people are like, oh, well, you never know what's going to come from it. It doesn't matter, guys. If you're not making any money, don't do the job. It's simple as that. And revenue per hour will help bring some clarity to that situation. So for a couple key metrics that you guys should be looking at, once again from Mark Bradley weekly mastermind, he does a hour-long YouTube video every Wednesday, and he just talked about this, and one of his recent ones was the metrics that you need to stick to is for maintenance kind of work. So trimming hedges, doing mulch installs, mowing, fertilizer and weed control. You need to be somewhere in the ballpark, depending on your area, $90 to $130 per hour, per man hour. So if your hourly revenue is not hitting at least $90 per hour on maintenance kind of work, you don't need to be doing the work, because your net profits are going to go way down, and it's not good. You guys are building a house of cards at that point. And then so if you're doing like design build sort of work, paver patios, irrigation installs, I think would probably fall in that too. Retaining walls, really any sort of design build work, your guys' revenue per man hour should be in the ballpark. I think he said about 130 on the low end, which to me is kind of low, but I guess it depends on the area, to $200. So I would encourage you to always push to be at the high end of your market. Now, you need to make sure you know your numbers, and you don't need to just take those numbers, implement them into your business, and boom, everything's fixed. You need to know what your overhead costs are. You need to know what your equipment costs are. You need to know all these things, and that's why having a budget is so important. So I'm going to do a video on budgeting. We switched over to LMN, but I digress there. So look at revenue per hour, drive that revenue per hour up, and you guys are going to be shocked at what that's going to do to your business. Look at your last year's tax returns. Take, how many hours you worked, if you're actually tracking your hours. If not, approximate them. But, always be looking at, you got this big pie chart, and every single job that you take on is going to fill up a little bit of that pie chart. And once that pie chart's full, it's full. You can't get any more of it back. So fill up that pie with some of the highest revenue per hour work that you can do. Identify the services that you should be doing, and maybe the services you shouldn't be doing, and it's going to help you guys and help our industry build and be better. So we'll see you guys next time. I'll drop a video on budgeting, I would say probably here in the next couple weeks. So it's going to be really in-depth. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. You hear people throw around the term, know your numbers, but they never show you what those numbers are that you need to know, and at least I haven't found it. So it's going to be a real in-depth video. I'll put a little bit more thought into it than just an on-the-fly video. So we'll see you guys next time.